My niece, who is 18, has been like a sister to me. She's dating this guy who lives in another country. She met him while he was working at her college. They spent 3 days together and then he left. No one in the family has ever met him, talked to him, or seen him. I've been helping with a bunch of personal issues and just getting her ready by supporting her and helping her with anything she needed before her trip. It's important to say that this guy's military and so am I, but I'm an officer while he is a senior NCO. Before she left, I had asked her about giving me his contact info and making sure he was comfortable with that. I also asked about where she would be staying and if she could check in with me when she landed and before she was returning just to make sure she was safe. I reiterated many times that I loved her, I was proud of her, and I wanted her to have fun and be safe. I'm scheduled to come home for the holidays, and I had booked a weekend trip for her and her mom, put them in a private suite at the historic 5-star hotel, and had made lunch and dinner reservations. I'm paying for the entire trip. All she had to do was show up. This is where I may be the asshole. I noticed when I was asking her about his contact info she was being cold and vague. She told me he didn't have a phone number. They communicated through social media. She told me she didn't know where she would be staying if it was in or off base. So I left it at that. I never pressured her and respected her privacy. Well, my mom asked her during family dinner why she didn't give me or anyone in the family any contact info, and she replied that she didn't like how I had asked. She said it was inappropriate and she told her boyfriend, who reported it to his commanding officer. I live on the other side of the country. I wasn't there during the conversation, but I guess family overheard her response and asked her how she could do that, and did she not think her actions could cause trouble for me. Things became tense between the family after that. Most of the family vouched for me. I've sent family members a screenshot of the text thread, and no one can pinpoint where in the conversation I was inappropriate. Also, for those that don't know about military life, a senior NCO isn't a 22-year-old kid. Even though she doesn't answer questions about him because she will shut down, I know for a fact this guy is much older because I've asked connections back home. Family thinks he's putting things in her head because she said he didn't like me asking for his contact info. I've done my best to help and assist her with the limited info she's provided me and respect her as an adult. But she was never like this. I feel upset, stressed, betrayed, and confused. I've already talked to mentors in my command and they told me I have nothing to worry about. I did nothing wrong. I was looking out for her as I always do and being there for her whenever she needs me. After learning about what she had done and her boyfriend complaining to his chain of command about me, I felt hurt. So I called her mom and canceled the trip. A part of me didn't feel right financing an all-expense-paid weekend of luxury for her. Part of me feels used and dumb for giving in to her while she complained about me to her much older boyfriend and him complaining about me when I only asked her once about where she would be staying and his contact info. Family pointed out in the text thread where she was visibly giving me the runaround, not wanting to answer, and I didn't push it. So AITA for still wanting to go out the trip I paid for, but just uninviting her instead of canceling and maybe inviting other relatives instead of her and her mom.